Big welcome to you, my dear Leo. The sun is now in Taurus, and Taurus is the earth, is being grounded, is earthing, right? Walking barefoot through the grass grounds you. And so the sun and here the Hierophant together, the 19 becomes a 10, the 10 and the 5 is the 15. Get attached to getting grounded. That's the only attachment I think you should ever have. And of course the attachment to good food, which also the Taurus energy brings to us, right? Like the pleasure to eat good food, wholesome food, like food made with love. The 6 comes out of here, and the 6 is self-love, right? And so it's coming back. The sun, which gives light to the moon, which is now in your sign. And so you are able to look deep within into that which you want to liberate, because the subconscious is always about how can I let go of more and more attachments that are formed in a young age. The 18 is a 9. The 9 and the 8 is the 17. That's the star. Become a star in your own right, because the sun is a dwarf star and is leading you. So use the sun and look deep within, right, through the moon that gets the light through the sun, which is in Taurus. Find that groundedness now. And the 8 is left. And so you have transformed through that. Then we're going to look at the King of Fire. You are here, the 5th zodiac sign, and you are connected to the 5th house of joy and love. Is your birthday between July 13 and August 12? Then is this your court card? If not, look in the description below. There I have listed all the court cards. But understand that as a Leo, you are an extrovert, right? And that extroverted energy of the lion's fire is to be of service, right, for the whole. And that's what the king of animals is all about. Back to the last reading where Aries sun gave Leo moon the light. The message was keep working on being your own lover. And we had Neptune that moved into Aries and is going to stay in Aries for 14 years. And that was a special reading, right? Because 14 years Neptune in Aries means we're not dreaming about anymore. We are acting. Now today, another special energy has emerged, which is Pluto in retrograde in Aquarius, right? And Aquarius has come up through the moon and through you. The 8 and the 9 is the 17, and the 17 is the star is Aquarius. And so Pluto being retrograde in Aquarius is what we are going to look at. Pluto is the call, Pluto is the shadow, Pluto is the mystic, and we're going to look at what is the call in the retrograde that actually Pluto is facing now for the first time in Aquarius for the next 5 months, right? And so we're going to look at that as well. Now back to the last reading, there is one card that is reoccurring, and so we can begin the reading. We begin with the King of Fire, and you're getting the 4 of Fire, Venus in Aries. And so Aries is where Neptune is at home now, and so there is this feeling of I want to have a good time, a high time. I want to make my dreams a reality. The 5 and the 4 is the 9, and the 9 is the completion. What is coming from the Mother Piece Tarot? You get the 3 of Pentacles to the left down, and it means that you have to look at what is really going on here with this girl. She's sitting here, she's enjoying herself, she's playing the flute, and you see the circle in here, the stone, right? And you see that here are three people that are building something. And when we build something, then we recognize it is important to work with others together so we can build something bigger than us. And this is Mars in Capricorn, and Capricorn is the career, is the work, is also the attachment to it. And so of course the 9 and the 3 is the 12, and the 12, that's Neptune in Aries, and here is Venus in Aries, and here is Mars is ruling Aries, right? And so you have the 9 and the 3 is the 12, then calculated together we get the 3 is left. So you are in the midst of actually building something, but somehow you're not really there yet, you know, because it's facing down. But all you need to do is wanting it and turn it around. But it's pointing here to the 4 and the 3 is a 7, and the 7 have the emotional intelligence to understand the picture here, right? To understand the circle. So it's almost like this circle fits right in here, and then the 7 appears out of it, right? And in there we learn. And through learning, through doing, we learn. We don't learn just by watching something. We need to do it ourselves. The moon brings you the first breath, the number 21, the beginner's mind. The 21 in the tarot is the world, and the world is Saturn, and Saturn are borders. And so here the 21 is then a 3, the 18 is a 9, the 3 and the 9 again, you get the 12, and that's Neptune in Aries. Keep working on being your own lover. Love yourself so that the whole world feels that. The 3 is left. Then you have a 3-3 portal here with the 3 that you have left with the court card, right? A 33 is mastery. Now, what is coming from your deck? You are coming up. And I have a German and an English deck. And so I just show you that I placed the King of Fire as a station here in English, and this is the German King of Fire, right? But it's actually reverse. I kind of pulled this one up to the station. So you are coming up and you are realizing something is important here, because the 3 and the 5 is the 8, and the 8 is, do I have the strength to look deep in my subconscious? Do I have the strength to know that the world is watching me or others, right? What am I going to do? What I'm gonna bring into this existence? How is my contribution to the world making this world a better world? And so you are here to find your true strength. Now, what is coming from your deck? Right, because I want to see what is the King of Wands saying, and the Queen of Fire is coming again, and you had it last time as well, and she came under the moon as well. So there is an Aries, and the Aries, either as Neptune in Aries is influencing you strongly, or there is an Aries, right, that is actually pairing with you, because you are the King of Fire and she's the Queen of Fire. And she's the number 1, the first zodiac sign. So here is the 6, and here was the 12, and the 12 then turned into the 3. The 3 and the 6 is the 9. So again, you have a 9, a completion in understanding how important it is to be a united human being, to be of service through the fact that you know that the masculine and the feminine deep within you is important, and the whole world is shifting into this new dimension, right? Everybody's talking about that the world is shifting. What is the sun saying? The sun is bringing you the rock. And the rock, right, that's really Taurus. Taurus is the most earthy animal there is. So walking barefoot on the grass, seeing that rocks are important. There are different types of rocks. We're on a rock floating through space, moving around the sun. And so the 19 is the 10 and the 20 is of course the 30. And so you understand that here again the 3 is talking plus a 0. The 0 is of course the Fool. Now the 20 is then also the 20 here of the call, of the last judgment, that we're going to look at Pluto. But here you see that you need to really earth yourself. You need to ground yourself, right? The 30 and the 5 is the 35, and the 35 is the 8. That's you. You are coming up here, right? You are again the one that needs to ground itself, needs to be in the endurance, enduring things so that you can see that everybody endures things. What is coming from Taurus? The Magician is coming. And the Magician, that's of course Mercury. And Mercury is the information. Know thy information. Know that he has the infinite symbol of the 8 above his head. He knows he has all 4 elements here. And he knows how to use the command to bring whatever it is down and earth it, ground it. And so here the 30 and the 1 is the 31. That's the 4. The 4 has come up with the 4 of Wands. What is it that you want to bring here in this dimension? What is it that you want to work with other people on a project that you alone cannot do? So do it, right? And so the Magician then brings you the rattle. The rattle is the 43, and the 43 came here through the 4 and the 3 here, right? So what is it that you want to do, right? And you have to do it because sometimes life throws you a bone and says, well, here it is. What are you going to do with it, right? And so the 30, right? And the 1 was the 31, but now I'm going to calculate here the 43 plus the 1 is a 44. Then you have here 3 times the 4. 3 times the 4, you coming into the self-empowerment of your heart. The 4, always the heart chakra. See that you are shaking things up, that the rattle is making the world go around, but also the rattle makes noise, and she has the flute. And so here is something really important talking to you. So do it, right? Because Venus in Aries is saying, well, you got to do it. And so you are doing it. The 44 is here, right? And then here the 3. And so you understand that in the 30 is a new beginning in the self-empowerment by being grounded, but at the same time you're also like starting to shake things up. You want to become someone that is really placing the significance of being grounded, being earthy enough into the foreground. Good. Now Pluto in retrograde in Aquarius, and so that's the call. And Pluto has its own deck, and it's coming here, the heartache, the throb. And it's really crazy because we get here the 53. The 53 is again the 8. So you directly feel there is a heartache, there is a longing, there is something deep within you that is literally saying, well, I did have that here also, the 8, right, the world, and you have come up. And you understand that there is time to look at this heartache a little deeper. So I'm going to read it to you. Heartache, throb, sobbing, throbbing, dark sparks grab hold of the heart, crushing the soul's freedom. Dread threads reach out with serpentined, hooked fangs that sink and pierce deep. Why, cries the choking soul, but the deep dark hole opens wider and anger tangles itself around. crafting harsh lines into the flesh, victimizing us. It clings and wrings out each drop of love from every thought. So you feel that you have now the opportunity to look into Pluto's depths for the next 5 months, and the 5 is clear. That's the King of Wands. 5 months, you're able to look into your subconscious and see what is it that you're holding here, because now Aquarius, they brought you the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer. And Venus in Cancer is, understand that Venus in Aries has come, the high time, a time where you have brought yourself into a stability, and now the heart is calling. So here the 53, the 8 and the 2 is a 10, the 10 and the 20 is a 30. And so we had that here, the 30. And so see that you understand. You just have to go to the left, right? Sometimes it's the mirroring effect here. So you have to see that you need to understand that the 30-30 here is here to make you understand something deep within, that the magician holds the rattle. The magician holds this part of the earth that is spinning, right? Spinning around the sun, the earth, the 21 that is spinning. And in that earthiness, we learn to arrive. And so here is the 30, the 3 and the 0. And you have a 30-30 portal. And then you have the 3 here. And of course, you have the 3 here in the 43. So the 3, the Empress, is calling. The Empress is here, right? The Queen of Wands. And you are that Empress. You can bring yourself into an understanding that every heartache is opening you a little more to the next connection of the heart. But understand that relationships are shifting to an extent where we don't want to bring ourselves in a relationship anymore where someone is just simply getting hurt. It's about learning to overcome those deep wounds that make us sometimes vulnerable, and in that vulnerability we have to awaken to the fact that we become someone that is so attached to the other that when he leaves us, that we cannot live without. And you need to liberate yourself, because yes, the 2 flowers are connected here at the base, and these 2 girls are connected at the base, but she's standing behind her, and 1 flower goes here and 1 flower goes there. And you've got to realize, yes, we are twin souls, but at the same time we have each one our own destiny to go forward. And in that going forward, you understand now that you have the next 5 months to look at this and to see what is it really what I can heal in my heart, in my heartache, in my heartthrob, and that the calling is coming, and that you get time to look deeper within and heal that. And that's why you got the rattle. That's why you got the magician. You have a 1-1 here, right? She's the first zodiac sign, and he's the major arcana number 1. So there's an 11 here, and the 11 is important. There's also a 1 here in the 21. Right, the one and only, which is you, that one and only stem that brings you forward. But at the same time, we need duality, because through duality we'll learn to understand who we are and who we are not. So I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the Sun in Gemini. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.